And you're right downtown again. Hey, how you guys doing, man? This is Joe D, and welcome to Share a Beer Show 4th of July edition. Yay! Bzzz. We don't have any like explosions or anything, but just picture it in your head.
Not in the house.
Yeah. So, actually, I heard some fireworks last night, and that's about it. I haven't heard in my area. Hey, we got head coach in the chat. I haven't heard like a ton of fireworks this year.
I haven't heard any yet either. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of because I know for weeks leading into. I know for me personally, I know it's 4th of July, but it kind of snuck up on me. It kind of like, oh, there we go. Yeah, boom.
There's your indoor fireworks.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's kind of 4th of July-ish, So, but yeah, it kind of snuck up on me, man. We got
like the show did.
Yeah, just like the show. So in that same vein right there, in that same mindset that
hey guys.
Hey, how you doing, Andrew? What's up, man?
Not much.
Well, did we catch you good today? Are you hey, we got JR, man. What's up, man? In the chat. And says yo. So what do you
is that Havana?
Huh?
JR, is that the Havana? If that's Havana, let us know.
Oh, and we got Tom. What's up, man? So as usual, there is a link at the top. I'm hoping that maybe we're early enough to where we can still catch, because what time is it overseas? In Erie country, I think it might be like 11-ish, 11:30-ish, something like that, maybe. Is Erie in one of those weird half-hour time zones? Is it like, yeah, Havana 1, he says, yep.
Havana 1, a.k.a. JR, is one of the best non-malt liquor drinkers on YouTube. I've been meaning to actually do a little feature on him on the Malt Liquor Report sometime. He chugs energy drinks and cusses people out, and he's great.
Are you serious?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he's 16, I believe. But he cusses people. He has the hatred of a pro.
So he has all the hate. So is he a chairman? Is he the chairman of the energy drinking community? I didn't realize this was a thing.
Oh yeah, well, see, there's so many aspects of this we haven't gotten to yet.
That's actually another. It's not an adult malt beverage, but it is actually a malt beverage, isn't it?
Not malt, I don't think. They're just full caffeine, right?
Full caffeine. Okay, yeah. Just total, total liquid sugar, right?
Yeah, liquid sugar. I made the mistake and tried it once, and sugar high. And if you ever watched any type of World War II movies where you got a plane that's ready to crash, think that sound effect, and that's what you're hearing for 12 hours if you got to work a 16-hour shift.
Yeah, I know. I've. Yeah, the chairman. He says the chairman cussed out Joe D.
Yeah, this is something I was saving for Saturday for the main show.
Yeah, we'll save it for Saturday. We'll do it Saturday. It's just as fun then.
Yeah. So that's great that Havana's here. He's great. We'll watch some of his videos sometime on the Malt Liquor Report.
Yeah, we'll I can look him up now if you want. If
you want, it's up to you. That's entirely up to you, Joe.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. We'll look him up really quick. We won't go too far into it. But.
Okay. His current ID is just JR, like he appears in the chat. Or you could just, I guess, click on from the chat onto his channel.
Oh, really? Does it? Do those deals click?
Yeah. If you put your cursor over the comment, the 3 dots come up, and then when you click on that, it gives you some options, and then you can open that in like a new window or something.
Oh.
Oh, but that's from the YouTube chat. I don't know if you want to do it that way or not.
Right. Let's see. Well, that makes it a hell of a lot easier.
Does it?
Yeah. So
Will you be able to share it?
I can share it, but it's covering up my chat for me personally, the way I have it set up, but it's not a big deal. So we've got, oh yeah, look at this dude. Check him out, man. So he's got, let's go to his videos. Yeah, right on, man. Yeah, because we don't talk, I don't know that we've ever talked about anybody underage on the show.
Right.
You
And
know
he gets a pass from the MLDC because they do not encourage underage drinking. So,
right. So
He
yeah,
does-
let's sample something. Venom Mango video. Let's do this one, man. Let's see here.
That's the one that says low audio. I guess you had trouble.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to something. Let's give him. We're gonna give him one play, and let's go to something that's got better play. Or maybe you want to go to today, or
Yeah, how about Happy 4th of July? That would be perfect.
let's do his Happy 4th of July.
I haven't watched this yet. And he burps with the best of them.
But is he in the? You know, unlike chugging the malt. Yeah.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's no charge on that one. He's got label out pretty much the whole time. It kind of gets concealed as he's drinking right there, but so I don't know what blueprint he's trying to follow, or if he is following one,
But he cusses out all the usual people that deserve notice.
all the typical people. So
Yeah.
well, that's good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's you know, that's cool, man.
But that's cool. Cool that he caught you from. See, Steel Worldwide is putting the word out whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, we all take care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know. Head coach has a good comment. He said, "Jr., you really want a challenge? Join the military." Yeah. Yeah,
that'll start it off.
I joined the military, and I do. I recommend it, man. You know, if you're one of those people that is going to get out of high school and don't necessarily have a plan, why not? You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to go to college, why not give the military 4 years of your life, man? You know what I'm saying? It gives you some sort of guidance. You know what I'm saying? Some sort of direction. And I tell you what, man, I have used the single best benefit that you get out of it is buying a home. I've owned homes now, different various homes for, I don't know, 25 years, 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, zero money down, son. Like, you can't beat that. I mean, it's the single best benefit. And no, what is it? What do they call it? PMI? So, boom. You know what I'm saying? Single best benefit ever, man. So, yeah, man. If you're not going to do anything, yeah, you might as well join the military. Trust me, I served at the time, it was just as controversial a president I served under as well, and that would be Bush Sr. That I served under. And at the time, he was just as controversial, if anybody remembers.
Oh, yeah.
And he had one term. You know what I'm saying? That, like, Boom. That should tell you right there. You know what I'm saying? But didn't he? He had one term, didn't he? In any case, but yeah, that's good, man. We got Craig in here. Yeah. He says it's 11:37 p.m. So we got in there just in time. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, real quick before we get into the beers, I gotta talk about something that's pretty important to me that happened since the last show.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
Someone that I can't stand became part of the family. And so now I gotta love him. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be LeBron, baby! He's a Laker! LeBron's a Laker, baby! So now I gotta love LeBron, man. You know what I'm saying? I've loved to hate the guy at this time. He's a Laker now, man. It's like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady comes a Ram and it's on, son. Like he's the best thing since sliced bread. You give
There goes traffic.
Belichick tomorrow, man, and I'm telling you right now, man, he'd be the best damn Ram I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with LeBron, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, LeBron. Magic gave him all the money in the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good now, baby. They already been making what is it, Earth? They've got L.A. Braun, right? LeBron. L.A. It's built in. I didn't even think about it till I saw it.
Didn't take long, did it, for somebody to come up with something?
It's built in. It's built in. You know what
If I was ever gonna drive through LA, ain't happening now. I'll tell you that. Just double in population.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you got to be thrilled about that, man. If you're a Laker fan, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's like, what is it like in football? It'd be like Brady going to Dallas, wouldn't it? I mean, a historic team like the Lakers.
That'd be like Brady going to the Jets.
Yeah, but the Jets ain't quite as that. They don't have that history that the Lakers.
Yeah, I was just looking at rivalized. It's like Celtics, Lakers, Jets, Patriots, or Bills.
Yeah, but there wasn't no rivalry there between Cleveland and the Lakers, for Christ's sake.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
So it's like him going to just a team that just has tons of history.
Yeah, they got Rondo too. That was a good pickup.
Yeah,
they're gonna play well together.
Yeah,
they have a lot of pass.
I was having a conversation with somebody else and I couldn't remember that. Yeah, because Magic signed LeBron, and then right after that he got 3 other players, right, and gave someone else up.
Yeah, they got Lance Stevenson from the Indiana Pacers. They got Rondo, and then they got JaVale McGee from Warriors. And then I forget they got somebody else, but they're putting the pieces together. At least they're trying.
Yeah, man. Magic says he's got 2 years, including this year, right? And he says if I don't have something done at the end of 2 years, which means the end of not this coming season but the next season, then he deserves to be let go. That's what Magic says, and so boom, he gave LeBron what, $40+ million a year.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not gonna be a bust. Like, remember when Dwight Howard came in? It was just, it was like whatever.
Oh yeah, no, no, and there was only one other player that NBA player that I completely disliked, and then he ended up coming to the Lakers right before he retired. Was Karl Malone, and I didn't like Karl Malone. I couldn't stand Karl Malone because of the crap that was spewing out of his mouth about Magic when Magic announced that he had AIDS. You know what I'm saying? And I from that moment, because I've always been a Magic guy. I love the man. You know what I'm saying? If I have a man crush on anybody, it's Magic. You know what I'm saying? Anybody of his stature comes down to the hood in LA and visits inner city youth like myself, it meant a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he gave 1-day clinics multiple times to us over there in the hood, man, just for us kids that were in that particular neighborhood, man. Dude, you know what I'm saying? When he was this big a superstar, you know what I'm saying? And for him to come down like that, man, huge, you know. So yeah, so that was cool, man. I'm looking forward. LA's making some moves, right? We got the Rams that made a ton of moves in the off season. We adopted a player that I have not liked, Ndamukong Suh, on the defense. He's a pretty much hated player, a defensive line, a cheater, pretty much known cheater. And now he's a Ram, so I gotta love the guy. You know what I'm saying? And now I got LeBron James, the one that I love to hate on, man. I've loved to hate on the guy, his whole career until now. You're going to see some LeBron stuff up here somewhere.
You're gonna get the game. I'm your number one fan.
Yeah, number one fan. Boom, right here. I'm gonna have an Al.A. Braun shirt. I'm gonna have me one of those LeBron shirts like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You watch, man. I'm gonna be all in. Yeah. So with that said, I had to get that out of the way. You know, I had to kind of, yeah, that was the hot chicken room. I had to, shoot my wad all over you guys. So this is the this is my current session beer right now, the Round Midnight from Walmart. Actually, I'm not even gonna say Trouble Brewing. Why even say it? It's Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's Walmart's beer. The one I had before that was just your Session IPA, literally Session IPA.
How are those?
Very sessionable. They're very smooth. Nothing's gonna wow you, but you'll get a 12-pack, I think, for $10 in my area. It's like $9.99 or $9.95, 12, and they're very reasonable, man.
Because I've always seen those, but I never picked them up. Like they had the red bottle, the orange.
Yeah,
bottle,
I think the red is what the lager, and then they have a cerveza version. Hell, they have a different. If I'm not mistaken, I think they have a couple of different Mexican beer styles. But no, I think they're good, man. And Coach says, "Man, Joe, you change your rules more than the Mormon Church." Hey, man, these things are fluid, right? We have to be flexible, man, because life changes, baby. The only rule we don't change, we don't drink malt liquor, man. We don't do that. We don't go there.
Well, some of us have.
So yes, some have, and some have, what do you call it? Fallen on the sword for the others. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's strictly for research purposes.
It's pure research. That's exactly what that is. Yeah, we have an excuse for everything, Coach. So, what are you drinking, Earth?
I'm drinking, and you might like this one. A James E. Pepper, 1776.
Oh, I haven't heard
It's
of
a
it.
brown ale aged in whiskey barrels.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that.
Like that label.
James E. Pepper.
And it's good.
Oh, I'm gonna look that. I'm looking forward to looking this one up. James E. Pepper.
I've been staring at that thing for so long, I finally grabbed it.
Wow. I'm gonna be. I wanted to go to the to the beer store today, but didn't quite make it.
I figured since the 4th, it was kind of American-ish. There was some whiskey in there,
Yeah. Look at that. So you've got 13,000 ratings on here. 67 in the last 30 days. 10.4% ABV. No IBUs rated right now, and a 3.98. Solid. We got aged in freshly dumped rye whiskey barrels that previously held the award-winning James E. Pepper 1776 rye whiskey. Well, there you go. American brown ale with a hint of smoked malt and subtle notes of chocolate, toffee, oak, vanilla, and bourbon. Are you getting all of that in there?
Getting the toffee. I'm getting some toasted malt. The whiskey, but it's it's very balanced. Yeah, it's good. Nothing's overpowering anything. Nothing really stands out. It's all there, nice and balanced.
Yeah, I need to.
Even the whiskey's not huge, so it's not gonna catch somebody off guard.
So it's not super hot.
It's there. It's just not in your face.
Okay. Yeah, because we've talked about that. These barrel aged, and this is a barrel aged brown. This ain't a barrel aged.
Yeah, this isn't a stout. It's just a brown ale.
So the malt and everything is still
Right sweetness.
Yeah.
Very drinkable. I mean, I could probably crush this thing.
Was it expensive?
I think it was $10, I think.
Okay. Well, 12-ounce bottle, 16-ounce bottle.
That was a big bottle.
It's a bomber.
Is it really? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not bad then.
You go to a bar, that's probably $10 per pour.
Yeah, that's pretty
This
good.
is bottled on December 2016, so it's been there over a year.
I'm gonna have to remember that one. That label kind of sticks out because of the way that 1776, or the way they have it done on there, the way it's designed, just kind of makes it pop out at you, right? It looks like an old scroll. That's
old parchment.
Yeah, it looks exactly like their actual whiskey. It's got the same label on it.
That's cool, man. And there is a hot.
I'd recommend it.
Kathy, how you doing? Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
You doing some untapped stalking again?
Yeah, untapped stocking, man. That's what's up.
Always.
Or untapped communication.
Yeah, Max Mueller's asking what's up, Joe D, and I'm telling you what's up right now. Kathy in Untapped right now. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? That's what's up. If you're not seeing Untapped, man, then that's so funny for you. And Bum, what are you having, brother?
You took me by surprise, Joe, with this show. I was totally unprepared, so I didn't even have any beer. I got some beer chilling right now in the freezer. It's going to be something from Great Lakes. I'm not sure which one yet, but in the meantime, in honor of Havana, I'm drinking a caffeine drink here, Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah, Diet Mountain Dew. That's, who drinks that is Skip from Skip and Shannon, right? Skip's a big...
I don't know Skip and Shannon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're not a huge sports guy. He's one of the sports reporters. He originally from Dallas. I think he reported for Dallas Morning News or something like that. But yeah, he was on ESPN for the longest. First Take.
Oh, okay.
And now he's on Fox. He has his own show, Skip and Shannon. One of those debating shows where they yell at each other and all that stuff.
It's a good time.
Yeah, see, Max says Skip likes that Diet Mountain Dew. Gulp, gulp, gulp.
And head coach said, I watched a porn called Untapped Stalking. I wonder if head coach is actually Bobo.
Yeah, maybe I was just thinking a similar thing.
Burn.
I was literally just thinking, I'm like, wow, man, maybe Bobo's in Idaho. You know what I'm saying?
Bobo and Idaho. It has a little catchy ring to it.
It does have a catchy ring,
That is a
Idaho
Bobo
Bobo.
comment if I ever saw one.
Maybe he's on the trampoline as we speak. You know?
Oh, head coach, damn, you guys are mean.
I do need to point this out because Amir here in the look at this avatar, man. What is that? What is that?
That's a good question.
What is that, man? What's up with that?
Does it let you click on it?
No, you can never really click on it and make it bigger. I could like do this. Oh, it's a dog.
Oh, it's a dog. Okay.
Oh, it's a pit. It looked like something cooked, didn't it?
Yeah, that's confusing.
I was like, that's disgusting. But yeah, no, it's a dog. We don't really know if the dog is alive. A lot of dogs do lay like that in weird, awkward positions. But yeah, it's a pit bull. But yeah, that was kind of weird looking there, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd keep that avatar, you know? Yeah, Max says a bucket of chicken. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like one of those Pollo Loco chickens, man. You know what I'm saying? One of those kind of half-cut chickens, and then you kind of open it up like that and fry it. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole that's a whole thing in this part of the country. There's a chain of chicken restaurants called a Pollo Loco, and
Breaking Bad, right?
huh?
Is that the same one in Breaking Bad, or am I thinking of what's the name of Breaking Bad?
I don't know. I've never watched Breaking Bad.
Oh, it's a hell of a show.
I always hear that.
I think it was El Pollo Loco. I'm not sure.
Was it El Pollo Loco? I know we don't have El Pollo Loco, or we didn't have El Pollo Loco in Albuquerque. And I know that was, Breaking Bad was a New Mexico show.
Polos.
But,
wrong place.
So what's everybody in the chat room drinking? Go ahead and list it there. I am having this for now, and then my main beer is going to be a local beer here that I bought a while back. It was a limited release from Historic Brewing Company, which is in Flagstaff, Arizona, northern Arizona. Barrel aged pie hole porter.
Honest to God, Joe, when you turned that label towards the camera, first glance, it looked like it said pea hole porter.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But this bottle's pretty special because this is batch number 1. It has it numbered right here. So it's batch number 1, handwritten on here, and bottle 624. So I've been curious to. I've been wanting to try this one, crack it open. Their regular pie hole porter is freaking delicious, man. It is delicious. But for those of you that missed it, I'll get into this a little bit again because it's worth saying. LeBron went to LA, baby.
I don't know if anybody missed it.
Just in case someone didn't hear about it, LeBron's in LA, baby.
I think Steel Worldwide heard you.
Yeah. That'll be in his next cuss out video right there. Yeah, Steel Worldwide. Hey, by the way, while we have a moment here, I'll mention that let me go back to the Untapped. It's the same screen basically. Tab. The Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, man, October 5th through 7th in Denver, Colorado. I already bought my airline. Some of you guys watched me buy the airfare in the pre-show. But my plane tickets are bought for those exact same days, man. So you guys want to do some sort of meetup and listen to some really good quality audio and drink some great beers. I know Mark is in chatting with me there too. He's going to buy his tickets as well. So you'll meet up with me, Mark, and Zach, who's already in Denver. So he's promised to hook it up this time around. This time around, I'm staying 2 nights, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. The airfare right now for this 4th of July period, I think they're doing, instead of just a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're doing it was a 4-day deal since it's the 4th of July. So the airfare on Southwest Airlines here in America, at least, is really reasonable. Boy, if someone came from overseas to Denver, that'd be amazing, bro. Swear to God, I'll probably take a few extra days there and hang out and drink as many beers as possible. But
Sure.
it doesn't take a whole lot of arm twisting to get me to go to Denver, because Denver's boom. I mean, it's great. It's fantastic. So,
what hours does that car audio event?
It's not a car audio. It's a
or I mean the
home audio, but
the home audio.
Okay, so you've got. Let me show it again, because they do have it right on here, right on the home screen, on the main page. I mean, so it's audiofest.net for anybody that wants to check it out for themselves. But let me make the screen bigger here. But come on, man, that's as big as it's gonna go. Are you serious? It is. Oh, so from Friday you've got noon to 6. Okay, noon to 6 p.m. or 1800 for those overseas. So 1200 to 1800, and then Saturday would be 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. The Sunday
so after
session,
6, it's breweries and a dinner, right?
Oh, are you kidding
like
me? Hell yeah, man! I mean, I've never been to one of these, and Mark says he hasn't either. So neither one of us really knows. I plan on buying a 2-day pass. I'll click the get tickets here. It's super cheap to go to this thing. So a 2-day pass will set you back $30. I mean, come on. When you do your research, online, these audio fests are basically, they're in a hotel pretty much always, because what ends up happening is your different companies will rent rooms, is what they do, and they set up nice 2-channel audio in each room, and so, you know, differences. Some of them have suites and different size rooms, so they basically take over the hotel, and I guess you go from room to room to room listening to different audio. It seems cool. At the same time, it could be like, if you've ever been, I use an example of the first time I went to a cave, and I went to like Carlsbad Caverns, let's say, for an example. You know, you go down in the elevator, it's like 700 and some feet underground, and you get down there, and once you've seen the first 100 stalagmites, you're like, okay, another stalagmite. Nice. All right. Can we get me out of this hole? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, after an hour, you're like, all right, I'm good. You know, so I don't really know what to expect from this audio fest. Even the beer fest, the 4-hour session when we went last year, huh, Tom?
Yeah.
I know me and Tom were completely flipping done after about 3.5 hours. That last half hour, we just sat there. We were like, all right, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because you for one, you're so full, and there's just so much beer. And I don't even know how many samples of beer we had. It was ridiculous, and that's something we love. You know what I'm saying? So I love audio as well, but I there's part of me that's like, okay, like, you know, after you've heard, I don't know, your favorite band or your favorite group on some, you know, $500,000 audio system, like, is it gonna be enough to keep your interest to want to go even, you know, just the full couple hours of that first day? Like, I don't know what to expect, but I will still get a 2-day pass since it's only $30. You know what I'm saying? You know, because they do have seminars and stuff like that as well. So they do have like classes and all other kinds of stuff going on. So maybe there is enough stuff going on, and this is something kind of that I'm getting into. It's an expensive hobby I'm getting into. something I am getting into. You know, I just don't know what to expect, you know. But if anything, if it does get kind of routine and a little boring, it's Denver, baby. There's plenty of places to drink beer. There's always something going on in Denver. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I mean, it. Ask Tom. We went for GABF, and there was multiple beer fests going on. You didn't even have to commit to GABF. You could have went to another beer fest. And then they had like live concerts downtown. They had all kinds of junk going on. It was incredible.
Yeah, they had the event at that what's that bar that we went to? That really awesome bar. I forget the name of it all the time.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but
they had it. I went to the day before, and then everywhere you went, there were events.
So awesome. There's just so much going on, and then Zach is planning some stuff himself. So and this time around, I didn't go to Zach's Brewery last time. So this time around, for sure going to Zach's Brewery, hanging out. So yeah, if anybody wants to meet us, those are the dates. That's the event. That's the reason to get us there. But once you're in Denver, man, I mean, it's all about the beer, you know. So it should be pretty cool, man, because I'm really getting into audio pretty hardcore, and so it'd be kind of cool to learn. The more I'm hearing things, with the more gear that I buy, and the more that I'm learning about different audio equipment, it'll be kind of cool to figure these things out there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm pretty green to a lot of get it. So
bad pun.
Yeah, that was a decent pun, wasn't it?
You'll be green to that first purchase.
Yeah, till I purchase something way more serious, right? Yeah, so it's trust me, I've got yeah, I've got a lot of equipment here now. I almost bought more speakers a few days ago too. You know, I hate to even mention that, but yeah, it's like beer, right? When you're first getting into craft beer, you know you like stuff, and hell, bums still don't really kind of know how to describe exactly what he's sampling.
And I probably never will. It's just not in my.
Yeah, it's not in you.
Yeah.
But you still like what you like, and the more you get into craft beer, and the more I think us as a whole, the whole craft beer community in general, no matter what part of the globe you're in, we've gotten really educated on craft beer in the last 15 years. And look where it's come. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've gotten some styles now that are really blown up and into some really incredible flavors that we have now.
Plus, there's a little bit of a science behind everything too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you know, we're figuring out how to grow different hops and barleys as well, and
we're in a good place for sure.
We're in a good place for craft.
We're blessed.
And it's the same thing with audio. Like audio is right there. It's just super expensive. Dear God, it's right now. It's the most. And you guys know I'm a photographer, and photography is incredibly expensive. But it's not as expensive as. What's crazy is it's not as expensive as 2-channel audio. It's insane. Oh my God, yeah, it can cost you way more than your house ever did.
You got too many expensive hobbies.
Too many expensive hobbies. And then what do you do when you listen to audio, right? What do we do when we're drinking beer, right? If you're into craft beer, what do you do? Okay, if me and you are hanging out, if we're hanging out right now in a brewery somewhere, there's music playing at a minimum, right? Zach says he doesn't like to have TVs. Some breweries don't. They don't like to have TVs playing. They don't want to turn into a sports bar, but they have music. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I think, listens to music. And you drink beer. So I think it's a perfect match. And so, I just picture listening to all this audio, and then afterwards drinking beer. Like, what else are you gonna do, right? Like, it's like, boom. So,
There you
should
go.
be a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Let me move on to. Whoa, what happened to my screen here? Wait a minute. What the hell? There we go. Everything just went. Woof. The whole screen disappeared. One of those features that I have in my little magic mouse here, and it just the whole. Poof, disappeared. So, speaking of Denver, here's my Woods Boss glass. That was a fantastic brewery, man. Oh my God! Right, Tom? Amazing brewery.
Yeah, it did a fantastic medical shop nearby also.
Across the street. Yeah, there was a green cross over there across the street. So let me look up this brew that I'm about to crack open. This is the barrel aged.
I'm a little excited for this one.
This should be good. I don't know what to expect out of it, because on the bottle it says 6%, and I've had this beer for a while. Now there's not no charge. There's not going to be any date on here because it's a small brewery in Flagstaff, Arizona, for Christ's sake.
I remember when you had that years ago, just the regular one.
Just the regular one. This beer is fantastic, I swear. So to get a barrel aged version's got to be. So you've got 1,100 ratings, okay, 9 in the last 30 days, 6% ABV, 25 IBUs, a 3.85 rating. It's our classic cherry vanilla porter, barrel aged in red wine barrels. Oh, I didn't know that. And you thought it couldn't get any better. This is our little pie star out of the group. It's a thing we made up. Just go with it. Our brewer outdid himself. This dark, delicious craft beer gets all the attention, and rightfully so. A traditional brown porter brewed with fresh cherries. And what is that?
Ugandan vanilla beans.
Thank you. Ugandan, what he said. The pie hole is oozing. The pie hole is oozing. You get that? I like it. There's a little pun in there. With dark chocolate flavors. Yeah, baby, you got to do that one dark. The pie hole is oozing with dark chocolate flavors. And a sweet, tempting aroma. And the aroma is tempting, I'll tell you. It tastes like your mama's pie. No, it better not. Swear to God. Any of you guys know what your mama's pie tastes like, and you're out. I swear to God, you're booted out of here. I swear to God.
You get the umpire.
Coach, that is a hard, fast rule in Share Beer. We will always stick to it. If you know what your mama's pie tastes like, we're done, son. Like, that's the end of you're permanently banned. And
I'm really glad the real Bobo.
You'll be banned from the malt liquor community as well. You're done.
I'm glad the real Bobo is not in tonight's chat.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think Bobo would be busting through the wall like Kool-Aid Man with everything we've been talking about.
Oh, yeah, he'd be off the wall already. Yep.
Yeah, are you kidding me with all of that? Yeah, there was a lot in there for him. I mean, that would have just made his 4th of July right there. Speaking of fireworks and stuff busting. But yeah, that would have made it 4th of July. So let's see if we get some Neri smoke out of here, man. Let me see if I can make Neri eat it.
Oh, come on.
Smoking.
Eat it, Neri! Eat it, baby!
Look at that smoke. Look at that smoke.
Smoking.
Oh, it smells delicious.
That's pure American smoke here, baby. Gotta do the tappa. Gotta take a picture. I got a lot of stuff I gotta do here. Hold on a minute. We did the tappa. Let me see here. Yeah, I better send Mark an invite too, because it doesn't look like he knows about the show.
Yeah.
It was
Might have caught him off guard.
It was mentioned on Saturday. I know that.
Yeah, we mentioned it. It just didn't mention a time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I didn't know. I bailed out on the show a half hour early. You must have mentioned it after I woke up and left.
Yeah, well, Earth mentioned it, so he's the main reason we're here. Oh, so you do get a lot. I'm glad they mentioned the cherries because I wouldn't have really known what that was. You know what I'm saying? But that is you do get the cherries in there. It actually smells like you do get the barrel. You know what I'm saying? The wine barrel. I'm not a red wine guy. I'm not a wine guy at all. But you do know what wine smells like, and you do get the.
Is it a port wine or is it like a regular, like a red or a white?
Yeah, they didn't give that in the description, did they? Our classic cherry vanilla porter barrel aged in just red wine barrels. They didn't go into.
Oh, all right.
They didn't go into all that. But I don't get any smokiness in it.
Probably have to go to the website to get more details.
It tastes cherry. It tastes what I can remember of like a wine. It's very smooth. And it finishes very light on the tongue. It's very how do you describe that? It's like kind of airy on your tongue.
Like a dessert beer, maybe.
Yeah, it's not heavy
with the cherries anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go good with like a pie or an ice cream or something.
Maybe
a little
a
sour cherryness in there, if you will, like a little, Oh, it's really good. I'm glad I have more. Glad I have more. Yeah, it's a little complicated actually.
Do you get any chocolate out of that?
I'm not getting a lot of chocolate, and again, I probably could. Oh, right. It says 15 IBUs on the bottle. It says 25 on Untapped, but it says 15 on the bottle, and it does say aged for a month in the wine barrel. So no charge. Yeah. What is this? Jody, the new CBDC chairman.
Yeah, the position's now open. I don't know if I should. Maybe I'll mention that. Havana, I don't know if Joe has the fight in him. Joe's not a battler, so I don't know if Joe would want to battle the MLDC.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'll let you guys fight amongst yourselves. But look at the color in this one. This one's. I love the color in that. Look at how you're getting those nice. It looks like a brown. You know what I'm saying? It has to me the consistency of a brown. It's not super heavy. It's like light. It finishes like you see those bubbles in the head. You see how those bubbles are, and it finishes like that on your mouth, like a like a champagne would. You know when you
like effervescent.
Yeah, it finishes really like bubbly and light. It's real. It's a little complicated.
Does it just dissipate? Just gone?
Yeah, it just kind of goes. Like you don't even have to swallow it really.
This guy.
It's hard to say.
He'll say something. You'll see the smile on his face.
Yeah, you just can't. It's hard to say swallow and not laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're, in any case, it's really good though, man. It is, but you do get that. You do get that if you don't like wine barrel, a red wine barrel taste, or you don't like a little bit of a sour cherry taste, then I can see where you wouldn't like it, because this one's definitely has that. You know what I'm saying? And it has a lot of that, but it's really good. Really good. What? Why am I seeing a can in here? Oh, he must have. This guy must have. Yeah, he got it at the crowd. He got it crowded. So
Who brews that one again?
this is from Historic Brewing Company.
Historic.
Yeah. Really good, man. Really good. Yep. Glad I got it. So, anybody else moved on to another beer? What are you having, Tom? I didn't get to you yet.
Oh, having a nice session beer. I'm having the Christmas bomb.
Oh, Christmas bomb. Wow. Okay.
Prairie. My last one, so I was like, oh, why not? I'll just try it.
And that's Oh, there's Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Hey, what the hell?
What's going on, Mark?
I was we been talking about you like crazy, and of course, this is Tom's session beer here. This is just to let everybody know. This is a session beer to Tom. Okay, he's having a Christmas bomb from Prairie Artisan Ales at 18,000 reviews, basically 69 in the last 30 days, 13% ABV, 65 IBUs, and a 4.26 rating. Session
That's right.
beer.
Step it up. Step it up, buddy.
Total
That's what I'm
session
talking
beer.
about.
That's his session beer right there. Yeah, it's just a sessionable beer, man.
Yeah.
That's the back of the fridge beer. It's a back of the fridge beer.
Yeah.
Pretty
You
much.
live in Colorado now? You living in
Yeah.
Colorado? Colorado session now.
I was just gonna say I just barely made it with the Colorado session with 10-4.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is a 13. This is a 13, and it's a back of the fridge beer. This is, it was something I had in the back of the fridge. I kind of dug it out.
It was waiting for me, man. It was like, hey.
Like, damn it, I gotta drink this tonight.
Oh, man.
But there's a limerita. What should I drink? A limerita or this?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. And I was making a big deal out of this one. This is actually it's not even a bomber. This is actually a wine bottle. To even set this off even more, but it's
750. Yeah.
So it's a barrel-aged pie-hole porter. This is a local brew from here in Flagstaff, Mark.
Okay.
Historic Brewing Company, and
All right.
it's aged in red wine barrels, and it's actually a porter that has cherries in it as well. So, it's pretty darn good. Making a big deal about this one, and this guy's having a Christmas bomb from the back of the fridge. I had it laying around. You know what I'm saying?
Break out your whiskey beer, Mark.
Something in my fridge just laying around since you guys are just doing laying around beers.
Oh, KBS. Yep. Yep.
There you
Got to
go.
have something laying around. That's it. Who was our friend?
Is that
Who was our
2018?
friend that always had KBS? Who always would be drinking KBS?
I can't. This is a 2009, or
Oh, you're going deep on us on that one.
yeah, deep cuts.
Going deep, baby.
Yeah, deep. You gotta go
Going
deep on
deep.
that one, baby. Yeah. So I mentioned to everybody I did a long thing actually on the Rocky Mountain Audio Fest, and I actually bought my airfare on while we were in the pre-show. My airfare is bought. What was that?
Did you see my? I sent you a text about the hotel.
Oh, okay. Let me check.
Yeah, yeah. I'm set, man. I'm locked and loaded. I'm
Yeah.
there.
He put in, he submitted his request to the boss, and the boss, came back with flying colors, man. Signed his request, and so
Approval granted.
approval granted, so he's got full permission to go. You know.
Yeah. So.
Nice guy.
No, the boss, she's over there chuckling right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a cool boss, man.
Yeah, he's got a cool boss. Yeah, not everybody has a cool boss. You know, it's like anything else, man. You know what I'm saying? You never really quite grow up, right? Because you always have to ask your mom permission for everything. You know what I'm saying? And you just go from your mom to the other boss. You know what I'm saying? And so it's, you know, you go through the whole submittal process again. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, can I go? You know what I'm saying? And can I go to share? Can I be in Share a Beer tonight? You know, we actually watched Tom get booted out of Share a Beer. You know?
Yeah.
Get booted. I get booted. That was my decision.
Yeah, they talk. We watched the committee happening.
Yeah.
We watched. It was like, seriously?
You got fish hooked.
I was like in a weird spot. I was like right outside the door, and it was like an inside step, and it like started. So
I'm on Share a Beer, damn it.
Yeah, seriously? That was one of the greatest moments ever.
Yeah. That's a
You
share.
guys really need me. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was so.
That'll be in the archives. Social psychologists 500 years from now are going to look at that and they're like,
That's right, man. That was great.
Oh my! The role of male-female relationships in the 21st century, and that'll be one of their touchstones, I think.
That is actually actually in the archive. They requested it from the show here. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually in the archives there. Yeah, that was great. Oh, it was such a classic moment. So what do you get from the KBS for those people that?
I'm about ready to open it. I got this back in 2009, so this has been in the basement for up until about a few weeks ago, and I put it in the fridge.
Wow.
This is one of the ones we didn't get to when you were here, Joe.
Oh, well, we had a lot of stuff to get to when we were there.
I'd love to have that one right now.
Too much stuff, too little time. So, but yeah, this is. I'm expecting it to be pretty good. No smoke.
Your KBS.
Oh, you should have saw and it's appropriate that it's Historic Brewing Company because we got historic smoke coming out of this, baby.
Oh man.
Oh really?
Historic. We made Neri eat it.
Neri smoke coming out of that bottle.
It was all American made smoke on an American holiday. Boom! Eat it.
That was some LeBron smoke, right?
Yeah.
There was so much smoke coming out of that, I thought a new pope had been voted on.
That's right.
Yeah, there was some gun barrel smoke coming out of there.
Yeah. We elected a new pope out of this deal, man. So much smoke.
Oh man, this is I poured it. No real head anymore. No real foam.
Does it have
but
legs?
you can see the
Yeah.
You can see the legs. I think maybe in there. It's 12%, and the aroma is like molasses, brown sugar, vanilla, bourbon, and a little bit of smoke, maybe. Yeah.
What year is that?
It smells super, super good.
09.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That was when KBS was hard to get.
I'm jealous right now.
Oh, man. The flavor is, initially, it's a lot like the aroma, but there's some sweetness. Oh, yeah, you're getting some, kind of sweet molasses. No dark fruits, no real dark fruits. It's more about vanilla, that oak, molasses, brown sugar, and a little bit of that kind of woodiness to it, smoky. Oh, it's excellent. Excellent. I'm going to let it warm up.
You know what? Speaking of bourbon, what about that?
Sounds excellent.
That that distillery that lost like half one of their warehouses or something full of barrels of
20,000 barrels and 9,000 of them broke open.
yeah. I mean, what about that? I mean, what a tragedy.
Yeah.
I mean, to see all those barrels of bourbon just spilled all over the place.
Yeah.
And then the nearby creek, it is said that it pretty much did an instant fish kill downstream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know how many bottles?
Alcohol is not good for animals. No.
Yeah. Yeah, fish don't do real good in alcohol.
No.
Yeah, there's something about I wonder how long that, because they said they had that particular distillery had what 29 warehouses full of barrels, and that was like basically half of one of the 29 or something like that, or even if it was one of the 29. I wonder what
Barton Distillery.
Was it Barton
I just
Distillery?
looked it up.
Okay, let me look it up.
They lost 20,000 barrels.
Wow.
20,000 barrels. That's just. And see, we talked about this with Zach, if you remember, when we were talking about spirits, bringing in higher profits now than craft beer. And I know I was given an eye opener. I didn't realize until Zach had put it, in until he described it to us, why spirits make more money. But then we kind of came to the conclusion that it has to be lighter spirits, right? Because your darker spirits, just like this bourbon, have to be aged. And so the longer you age something, the higher your cost. And so, but it's still obviously profitable, because if you're buying the real estate, you can house 28 or 29 different warehouses. Man, and these warehouses, in these different regions of the country over there in Kentucky, they're not fancy warehouses, man. These things look like they're barely holding up, and they just stack. How much does a barrel weigh? I mean,
depends on the size of the barrel.
Yeah, well,
bottles
barrel, I think, is like 32 gallons, because years ago, the reason why they went to, like, say, the 16-gallon kegs for large kegs is because the beer guys that had to deliver them, they had to hop these things downstairs, and they were getting back injuries. So they made the 16s and the 8-gallon kegs.
Yeah, they had the quarter casks.
Yep.
But some of those they're using like hogsheads, which are a lot bigger than a regular barrel for craft beer.
It's pretty insane, because they literally pile these barrels next to each other. I mean, they just put them in some wooden structure. I mean, that's. I mean, these things don't look, and to support that much weight is crazy.
I think if they built those buildings right, they probably they built them using timber frame structure.
If I remember right, didn't Bacardi a few years back go through a similar thing down there in Puerto Rico? Didn't they have like a loss of, I don't know, was it 6,000 or something? Or I remember they lost a huge amount of rum.
It's fairly common, I think.
Yeah,
in recent years.
They have, in order to get that nice golden color that we love so much. That's from the barrel. That takes time. Can't
really rush that. Yeah.
I mean, you can, but there's standards in order for it to be bourbon.
Yep.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So it has to age so long, and
I think it's 5 years, and it has to be a new oak barrel. and it has to have a certain amount of corn.
And it has to be Kentucky.
No, it does not. That's the one thing. It does not have to be Kentucky. That's but almost all bourbon is made in Kentucky. Like 90%
That's
of
just
it.
the most of it. Where it's at, yeah.
Yeah. But the key thing is it has to be 5 years, I think. It has to be a new oak, a new barrel, and it has to be 75% corn in the mash or something.
Yes. I
It has to be at least 51% corn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you look it up?
I've looked it up before.
Yeah.
I think it has to be at least 2 years, and then to be considered a straight whiskey or a straight bourbon, it has to be at least 4, I think.
Okay. 4 years.
And then if it's under that, it has to have an age statement.
Yeah, and then they have the bottled and bond, the other ones.
Yeah, you got bottle and bonds, and then they can age them for a long time, but
yeah,
their first few years are kind of critical with how they're marked.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was an absolute tragedy. But you know what I want to get into a little bit, which one of us here is an expert in, at least more of an expert than I think any of the others that are in the room right now, and that's Kamado grills.
Oh.
Me? Me, right here. I'm the expert. Yeah. Now, I already have a grill, right? A decent grill that I, quite frankly, don't use. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, you know how YouTube works. And for some reason, they put in all these damn videos that they think I might be interested in. I'd be damned if I'm not interested. I'm like, how did you know I'd be interested in Kamado grills? Because I've been watching all these damn videos on Kamado grills. So you've got, and I didn't really know as much as I did even, 12 hours ago. Right? Because that's the way YouTube works, right? We become instant experts on something. All of a sudden we watch a few YouTube videos and now we know everything. We're good. Yeah, so anyway, I've been seeing, I guess, what Weber has, or is it charcoal or something like someone has. There's a few different new kind of steel based, I guess, or something like that, Kamado grills that are cheaper and lighter and supposedly durable. And then you have what the Kamado Joe or something.
Yeah, the true Kamado grill is the Big Green Egg, of course. I mean, that's
the original. Right? Yeah.
There's Kamado Joe, and which you would need to get because your name is Joe, so they Joe by Joe
built in.
But it is, and there's another one begins with the P. Primo, Primo, is another manufacturer, and that was started by a guy that used to work at before Big Green Egg. But yeah, Kamado Joe, and then there's another couple other ones. There's one that they sell at Costco. I can't remember the name, but all of those are ceramic.
Yeah.
So they're ceramic cookers, and then I
did not realize that is
like a stainless steel one.
I didn't realize they were as heavy as they are. I have to admit.
They are heavy. Yeah, and they are definitely heavy. But that's the secret to it, because it's heavy because it's a solid, it's ceramic.
Right.
And it's ceramic. It's like your cast iron pan. It holds the heat, keeps everything in, and that's keeps the moisture in too. And I mean, I think that's the secret of it. And you only get that with some type of, brick, or I guess you could do it with cast iron, but then it would be really heavy. It'd be
durable though.
Yeah, you need something that is got some the ability to hold some heat and kind of reach, a temperature. And it's tough to do that with stainless steel. Even if you put like an air gap between two walls, and you have like that insulator, like a thermos or whatever, the ceramic gets there. It holds the temperature. It's much more consistent. So that's, it was invented by the Japanese, so they got to know what they're doing, I would think.
Yeah, it's intrigued me because I didn't realize, I've seen big green eggs, and now I've seen your big green egg, baby.
Yeah.
I've seen you work your big green egg too, baby.
Working like a boss. Yeah.
Yeah, he works it like a boss. His big green egg. There it is, man. Everybody gets to see the big green egg, man. Yep.
Out there on the just got done cooking some burgers for dinner.
So, Mark, you've had yours for how long?
Almost 12 years.
Well, yeah, okay. So, and this is relevant because what do we do on 4th of July? A lot of us grill, right? Yeah, a lot of us drink beer and grill. So, this is relevant to the show. It's right. This is a relevant topic.
America.
Right? It's America. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you become that American, you take the A out of it. It's just America. Right? So, in any case, though, what you've had yours for quite some time. So, what are, like, have you ever thought maybe you've researched some of the other ceramic grills, or maybe some of the other steel ones now, some of the metal ones? What are some of the pluses and minuses? Could you give me some sort of long-term sort of,
Well, the minus is that it's heavy. I mean, the thing probably weighs 100 and well over 100 pounds probably when you have the little cart and everything on it. So I mean, you definitely need a wheel and something to wheel it around. The plus, I mean, I haven't really looked at anything else because I'm still using the original. I haven't replaced anything really in the grill in 12 years. So I mean, it's built. I mean, it's built like a brick shit house. I mean, it is solid, and it just lasts. And people that have them will claim that it can do everything perfectly. Well, it's good for, you can do everything pretty good, and it excels at high temperature grilling and low temperature. But if you want to do like smoking, like a true smoke, like OD does, he has his Traeger smoker and all that.
Dude smokes a lot. I follow him on Instagram, and dear God,
yeah, he does a lot. And this will work for that, but it's not built. It'll work fine. You just have to make some. It doesn't have a separate smoke section, so you have to put the stuff in it you're going to use for the smoke at the beginning, and that type of stuff.
Doesn't have separate firebox.
No, it only has one firebox, so you got to put everything in there at the beginning or midway through the cook, swap out, and if you want more smoke or whatever. But it holds the temperature. Once you get it, everyone's a little different depending on the environment, but once you figure it out, you can set it, get the temperature dialed in. Ceramic helps hold the temperature. So you can set it. If you want to cook 250 to 275, you can adjust the little flip and the vent at the bottom and get it pretty dialed in.
Now, one of the pluses is that it don't need much fuel. I mean, you're using very little fuel to get to that temperature as well.
Yeah, it uses. Well, I guess people can use briquettes, but you want to use like lump, just natural lump charcoal, and
burns hotter.
Yeah, it burns hotter, it burns more, and it burns more efficiently too. So you get a cleaner burn. There's not much ash at the end of the day, and you can use as much.
You should go on barbecue pitmasters, Mark.
Yeah.
I was impressed. That was the
money.
first time I've seen from afar pictures mostly of Big Green Eggs, but I had never had anything off of Big Green Egg until I went to visit Mark, and that steak was fantastic.
Yeah. It does a
you
good
know,
job. I think a lot of it's because of the natural wood, the natural lump charcoal, and the fact that the ceramic keeps the moisture in. So food doesn't dry out as fast, which is a big deal, especially if you're doing a little bit longer. You know, if you're doing ribs or something where you've got it on for a few hours, it keeps the moisture in.
So you've never made pizza in yours?
Yeah, I have. I have done pizza.
And it turned out. How did it turn out?
Yeah, turns out really, really good. I mean, you get that smoky flavor. I just got. I would always do I'd get the Trader Joe's pre-made crust, and just put put whatever on it, and I would just put a little grits on the bottom of the dough, and and I have a ceramic table, so it diffuses the heat, so it's not sitting right over the flames.
Right.
It's kind of it's got it's like a half-inch thick ceramic. We call it a plate setter. But you put that on, and then you heat up the egg with to get up to 500-600 degrees or whatever, and you just put it right on there, and it works really, really well. It works good.
Yeah, some of the video I've seen, these cats set up. I guess there's one of the minuses that they say to the Big Green Egg is they're so expensive and so heavy. They're saying actually like a couple 100 pounds, not just 100 pounds.
Yeah, mine's large, and it might be 120 pounds.
Okay.
But I got mine. They are expensive. I got mine because Big Green Egg is based in Atlanta. So when we first moved down here, I went to the factory basically, and I got a 30% discount because I bought during their. They have a festival every October where they just bring in people from all over the country, and they do an all-day festival. And if you buy something there, then you get 30% off. So that's how I got mine.
Deal.
Yeah. So I mean, I basically said, it is. I mean, if you buy a large, it's like $800, $800 or $900. But I got 30% off, and I still got the same thing 12 years later. So,
I mean, boom.
It doesn't. It lasts.
Yep.
And
better than that tin metal stuff.
It'll be around another 12 years, unless the deck collapses or I get upset and I throw it off and I shatter the ceramic. This stuff's going to be around longer than me probably. In fact, I'll probably when I die, I'm going to be cremated. I'm going to put my ashes in the egg and I'll be buried in it. That's my urn.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Pam doesn't know that yet.
She doesn't know that yet. He's revealing it first here for you on the show.
That's right.
Or you could just cook yourself in the egg itself.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. We don't need to pay when we die, Pam. I'm telling her right now. When we die, we're going to be cremated. We're going to be cremated. We're going to cremate ourselves in the egg, and then we'll bury ourselves in the egg.
Cremated, right? Cremated. Cremated. Yeah. I think that got Crusher's attention because Crusher's like standing up, paying attention right now. He's like, you know what?
He's awake now. Oh, yeah, that's AJ back there. But, yeah,
AJ? That's right. Oh, Crusher's okay.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if I don't drop it, that thing's gonna last longer than me. I mean, it doesn't rust out. I'm on the original grate, which is steel. I mean, it's like porcelainized, porcelain steel, and it's fine. Mm-hmm. I haven't had to replace anything really on it. So it's expensive, but maintenance is not as much. I've gone through I could go through a stainless steel grill once every 5 or 6 years because it get corroded or whatever, and you'd have to replace a lot. So.
Yeah. See, I have to admit, now I'm hearing these things are somewhere close to $2,000.
Ooh.
And I'm looking right now on Amazon.
I'll sell you mine for $1,850.
Yeah, yeah, 1850s. Yeah, that's
okay. So you're looking at
this is the Kamado Joe 2, the standalone with nothing. and it's $1,100.
Man,
And this
what
is
size is that?
this is the small one. So
Oh,
yeah, these
yeah, that's
are not cheap.
yeah.
They are not.
That seems a little high. And I could
But-
go to my Ace Hardware and I can get a big green egg from them, a large one for $9.50 maybe, $9.75 right now.
Okay. Well, then that's pretty damn good. Yeah.
But but if I add like the cart and the grate and all the extra stuff, then yeah, it very easily get 12 or 13 or
Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing. Like the difference between the big green egg, which is the original. I mean, we should point that out. Versus some of the other newer ones, the Kamado Joe that I'm just showing, or that I just showed, include a lot of stuff. The big green egg is kind of like the BMW of the
options out. Yeah, you got to option everything on it.
yeah the Kamado grill, because everything is an option, right?
Yeah.
It might as well have been made by the Germans, because everything is an option on German cars, and everything is an option on the big green egg. So it's a lot of things that are included with the others are options on the big green egg. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm generally a pretty frugal, really hesitant to buy it when I did. But here it is 12 years later and I still have it. So I guess it worked out okay. Yeah. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't get I wouldn't have bought it at the time if I didn't have that 30% discount. I mean, that brought the cost down to like $650 or something like that, which was still a stretch for me at the time, but it was better than full price, and so it worked out pretty good. But now 12 years later, like if you're going to keep it for 10 years, 12 years and use it, it's worth the retail price.
And I think most of us do keep our grills for quite some time, right? I mean, you buy them and you end up, before you know it, it's 10 years have gone by and you're still cooking on the damn thing,
Yep.
So
I mean, we use ours a lot, so we get a lot of utility out of it. So,
I have to admit, I grilled a lot more before I came to Arizona. I mean, it's freaking 110 here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like the last thing I want to do is go out there and stand outside and grill.
Yeah.
So it definitely, I don't mind grilling when it's cool, but once you're in the heat for a while, and I have thought about that. That was one of the things that entered my mind when I was looking at some of these ceramic grills, is because I'm like, well, the ceramic in Arizona, would I even need to fire it up? I mean, what temperature would it reach just naturally sitting in the sun? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You could almost cook low and slow. You could almost smoke. So I could put like a piece of wood in there. You know what I'm saying? A piece of wood and cook low and slow forever.
Probably put a piece of meat in some tin foil.
Yeah.
At 5, 10 hours, and you're good.
Yeah, because it just don't cool off, man. Like it's that time of year when it's, our low is hitting in the 90s. It's like it's that time. I mean,
Joe, I was watching a video on YouTube. This comedian went to Phoenix, Arizona, and he was standing outside one of the banks down there, and the temperature matched the time, 109. It flashed back and forth, 109, 109, 109, 109. He was saying he'd hate to see what happens when it hits 420.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and it's the same for Earth. Earth lives in a very similar climate. It could even be a few degrees hotter where he's at.
Yeah, yeah.
In Phoenix, depending on where you're at in Phoenix, but it's just hot in this part of the world, man. Like it, this time of the year separates the men from the boys right now. I'll tell you right now, man. It is. It's that time of the year where even the locals are everywhere you go, and it's like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? So if it's hot for locals, you know what I'm saying? It's that time of year when
I wouldn't mind visiting Andrew right now. I'll tell you that much.
Exactly. It's that time of year when I hear other people in their part of the world, talk about how hot it is, and it's 90, and you're like, oh, what I would give for 90. You know what I'm saying?
But it's been hitting 90 up here on a regular basis, but today it's been kind of cool this morning with the rain and stuff we had, but right now it's hot and muggy as hell outside.
Yeah,
and not only that, but up here we need 12 gauge shotgun for the mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's true.
They roll the X.
Yep.
Yeah, screw all the critters, man. I'm good without all the critters. That is for sure. Yeah, I can do without all the critters.
You don't have any.
Yeah, I could do without the nets.
No mosquitoes.
There's not enough water.
You don't have anywhere to breathe.
Yeah. There's not.
If you want mosquitoes, walk out into the backyard and you get all the mosquitoes you want.
Hopefully, do we still have Craig in the show? Is he still, can't?
I don't think so. He hasn't commented since like the very beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Craig cut out.
I do have one more kind of 4th of July centered sort of question, and that is centered around vacation. What we call vacation, what he would call holiday. But Americans statistically, right? On average, when you start averaging everything out, work more than damn near anybody else in the world globally. I mean, we only get, what is it, typically 7 paid holidays, depending on who you work for. But we get the fewest amount of days off. I think what do they say? I think Austria or something like that gets the most. I think they got literally a full government regulated, I think a full 4 weeks off a year. Like it's something like that.
I've heard that before. Yeah,
a couple countries are like that. It's actually mandatory.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, we and then that's on average. So some companies within that country are even higher than that, right? The standard's even higher. That's just an average, right? You've got some higher, some maybe lower, but I don't think it's lower because that's like the minimum, right? The country, that's the standard.
Yeah.
As to how, so I just wanted to kind of I was hoping there was someone else in here from another country that could give us some perspective on that. But I'll just ask the question here to everybody here in the chat. How much vacation time do you get per year? Andrew, you want to go first?
Not enough. Right now, I got. I've only got 16 hours paid vacation, 2 days.
Wow,
that sucks.
Per year.
Yeah, and it's on how many hours you work. So if I want to be an overtime whore, I mean, I could probably have 40 hours by the end of a month. And then the other thing I can do is I can also cash it out if I want. Like, say I got.
Go ahead, finish.
So if I had like a big bill or something I need to get paid off in a hurry, I can call the office and say, hey, I want to cash out X amount of hours of my vacation. Can you throw it on my next check? And they're like, no problem. Here you go.
Okay. So, but what's your potential for vacation in a year? How much vacation could you get off? Is it just a week?
Only a week right now. Yeah. Okay. But if I went to done a mistake back in 2002, right now, I'd still be working for UPS, and I'd probably have. I'm going to be guessing probably about 15 weeks paid vacation.
Yeah, I don't know about 15.
Wow.
I had 10 weeks when I left them, and I was getting $17 an hour. And right now, I think I'd be making top union scale wage.
Wow. So, but now you get a week.
Yep.
Wow. That's pretty.
That
Does that include how many sick days do you get? 0? Really? Wow.
Yep. That's one of the big drawbacks with the security industry. It's just like working in the fast food industry. You don't have squat for benefits.
Yeah. And Bum, do you care to comment on it, or you want?
Yeah. My secret government job gives me, starting in 2016, I added my 4th week of vacation, and I can get up to 5.
Okay.
In 3 more years, I will earn 5 weeks per year, and we get 10 sick days per year, which you can accumulate, which I have. And like Andrew, you can actually cash in your sick days, however many you want to, towards the end of the year. I actually, for the first time in my life, did so last year, finally, because I had so many built up. And we also get 3 personal days per year.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
huge, man. Getting that many sick days. You said 10?
10 per year, and like I said, you can build them up. I've got, probably around 70 or so built up.
That's awesome.
So they offer
on how much you can build up.
It's limitless.
Okay, yeah.
And they offer Affleck and stuff like that at work, and people go for that. And they'll say to me, "Why don't you get Affleck in case you get sick or something?" And I said, "I have a plan better than Affleck. It's called building up my sick days, not wasting them."
Yeah. Yep.
That's fantastic, man. Because I know we
sounds good.
try very hard to get at least another week of sick days. Because well, I only get 5 sick days, so 1 working week. And we've been trying to fight for another week of sick days. Past a certain amount of years, you should earn another week of sick days.
Yeah.
But that's a tough get, man. When you're not government, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of those government perks right there. I remember when I worked for the county in New Mexico, we had those same benefits. That's one of those not many companies can afford. That's a government thing right there.
Yeah. That's
Earth, you care to tackle it, or do you want to stay out?
With my company, nothing's really set in stone. But for the most part, it's just kind of common for the people that have been there the longest to get a week. I've been there the longest, so I tend to take 2 weeks. I kind of push that fact, but most everybody else, they take a week. I don't really do sick days. I never take days off. I hardly ever have emergencies where I work, so the boss knows I'm always there every day, so he kind of gives me 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you see me up north.
Yeah.
Take my 2 weeks up there.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's a week.
Yeah.
No other benefits, really.
And Tom, how are you? Your situation's a little different, but
I'm looking for a job right now. I'm going from job to job right now, so I really don't have anything right now.
Right. And Mark, yours is a unique situation as well.
I get 0 or as much as I want.
The beauty of being self-employed.
Yeah, the beauty and the tragedy of being self-employed, the reality is I do some work 7 days a week. I'm always attached, and responsible for what goes on. But I have the flexibility to take time off around that as well. So, as long as I get done what I need to get done, I've got the time. But if I don't show up, then I don't get anything. So it's a balancing act.
That is, yeah, that's yeah.
Those self-employment taxes aren't that great either.
No, I pay the extra 7.65% in the self-employment. But if I can finagle, and I think I can, because I might need to meet with somebody in Denver about financial planning when I go out there. So I might be able to write off that airfare.
Yeah.
That's
I do have a legitimate meeting with somebody out there, and I've got a few people I can call. So I'm going to work on that next.
Yeah.
But doesn't make it free. It just means I pay a little bit less on the tax end.
Yeah, you're going to tell them I had to consult with my financial planner, Zach.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, that's an actual. I'm going to Zach and say, I think I need to come and talk to you about that.
A lot of people talk business at breweries in Denver. I mean, that's what happens,
Zach will definitely consult with you how to utilize your money when you visit him.
Yeah.
There we go. And you can
personal chef expenses.
Your money is best spent at Chain Reaction Brewing, all in Denver. Mm-hmm. Boom. There's your tip. That's your financial tip.
That's right.
Yeah, that's got it. Well, I guess I'll go next. You guys know I'm a union guy. I'm a diehard Teamster, and we are actually still. It's incredible that we're into July now. And we haven't ratified our contract even yet. It's been a tough contract year for us. We do 5-year contracts. I know that they were successful at. We gave up the company. The last contract was successful in getting enough guys to vote to give up a week. So, and I had just earned my 4th week at that point, which sucks because literally. I had just earned my 4th week, so I got called in the office, and I got a sheet of paper that says you earned your 4th week, and you lost it. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed at the same point for this whole period, which is 8 years, which sucks. Because I was supposed to have 4 weeks vacation, so I've been stuck with 3 weeks vacation this whole time, and we were successful in getting that week back, but it's not until we ratify the contract. So we have 3 different regions of the Teamsters. We have the Western, the Central, and the Eastern, and there's supplements to every single part of this damn thing. So these contracts aren't. If I were to show you my contract, it looks like a Bible. Thick. Mm-hmm. It's a thick deal. It's a book. They're printed. They're published books. It's still being. All these supplements have to get nailed down before they can print the contract. So it's not officially done. So once it is, I'll have my 4th week back. Which sucks because I'm 1 week away. So the whole time period that it takes to earn 4 weeks vacation, I have been stuck with 3 weeks. And by the time this thing gets signed, I'll have earned my 5th week. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have spent the whole time period. It's 8 years. So how do you get that money back? You know what I'm saying? It sucks, man. But in any case, by the time I they give me my 4th week back, I'll have earned my 5th week. So I'll have 5 weeks vacation and 1 week of sick leave. So it's 6 weeks of paid time off. And then we only get we used to have 3 personals, but we gave up one for a weird situation. We gave up one of the President's Days, right?
Hey, Joe, say hi to Mom.
Hello, Joe.
Hey, Mom, how you doing?
Fine.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. I'm just giving Andy this article about this flag from Civil War.
Oh,
It's out of the paper, out of the local paper.
But it's at our thing at the museum. Here, take it.
Okay. Well,
Andy should read it.
Let's see. Civil War artifacts come home. Wolf flag with 34 silk stars flew at the 1st Minnesota Infantry.
This is the guy that
Oh, okay. Interesting.
years.
Cool.
yeah, that is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine who's a Civil War reenactor, and he and his character is part of the 1st Minnesota.
Oh, that is cool. That is cool. Yeah.
He also wrote a book about the Civil War a couple years ago. And it's like this. He's got it on sale on Amazon.
Man, we've got an author right here in the room as well. We've got our book expert is also present.
Mine was on a much less serious topic, though.
Yeah. It's still to me
That's technicalities.
To sit down and write a book is pretty insane, man. It's no matter how big or small the book, it's still a pretty serious effort, right? I mean, it takes a lot of effort to write a book.
That was the whole point. I was just like, I'm gonna write a book just to say I did it, and it took a lot of work though. I mean, I can't imagine people that are professional authors that actually are writing novels or stuff. I mean, it's just a work.
Yeah, because just my mom has enough content to make a book, and she began making the book. She just never finished. My mom's an interesting lady, man. She's a trip, but I just couldn't keep her motivated and pointed enough, long enough to finish the book. But she did get it started and stuff like that. So I don't know personally from writing it, but just from pushing her to do it, and then from knowing Mark on what he went through to write a book, it's pretty serious stuff, man. Even putting together a small book is pretty serious stuff.
I mean, it's tough, and I the only way I got through it was I just literally pretty much just scheduled time every day that I'm going to do this, and come hell or high water, it's going to get done. So that was the only way I got it done.
And that was over quite a period of time too.
Yeah, I spent about 5 or 6 months getting about the first half done. And I'm like, I got to finish this up or I'll never get it done. So I spent like a month and a half doing the other half.
You said you
pretty
basically
much all I did when I wasn't working was do that.
Yep.
So
you said you more or less broke even on that, right, Mark?
yeah, I'm not. I made maybe a little bit of money on it, but outside of that, no. It was more just just to see if I could do it, get it done.
It's cool you got a book though to your name.
That's just it. It to me it's super cool that he even did it. I mean, he can say he wrote a book, I mean, and it's
a book on beer, but it's still a book, I guess.
That's valuable to itself.
A book on beer and fitness. I mean, how many books on beer and fitness is there? I know there's one. I know the guy that wrote one. You know what I'm saying?
Go to Amazon and buy like 1,000 copies. I'll send you a beer if you do.
Yeah. I'll send you a beer. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good exchange right there. You know, you buy 1,000 and I send you a beer. I mean, boom, you get a reward, right? I mean, that's all we want as a reward. I mean, people spend how much money at Starbucks to get a stupid little, stamp on a card or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Work to get their free coffee in about a week and a half.
Right, right. So, but in any case, like I was saying, I do get, uh, uh, it's soon I will be getting 5 weeks of paid time off. Um, so that'll be cool. Then I'll definitely, and then they kind of require you. I can only split up into individual days. 3 weeks of that. The rest you have to take as whole weeks. Otherwise, you could almost take off every Friday of the year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, you can break up one of my weeks. No matter how many weeks you get, you can only break up one into individual days, which I do every year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. I split mine up. Because as you guys know, I only like to take small trips, so those weeks really screw me up, you know. But it's still cool because I end up taking my small trip and then I spend the rest of my time at the place that I really love, which is here. Like so I try to kind of plan it out to where I'll take my weeks off when people come to visit me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I tell people, you don't have to only take a small trip. That's me. That's my policy. That's a Joe D policy right there. So yeah, I don't. I'm the one that doesn't like to. As a matter of fact, I have a friend that actually left last night to Mexico, to Cancun, like our friend Rod J. And they're going for 9 days, and I'm like, oh wow, 9 days. What in the hell are you gonna do for 9 days, man?
Sit
That's
on the
an
beach
extended
and
trip.
drink cervezas.
Yeah, but come on, that just. And you heard even Rod J say it, like, yeah, after 4 days, I was ready to come back. Like, he spent 7 days there. That's a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have certain days planned for specific activities because they are going with some people. It's a group of them going, and they are going with some people that go regularly. So they do have, like, okay, one of the days we're going to do this, and then the other day we're going to do this, and it's a specific activity that sounds like it's going to take all day,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. But still, man, like 9 days with the same people in the same place, like, I don't know, man. It's just kind of like
Joe's thinking that's like 7 days too long.
7 days way too long. To me, to me it is. You know what I'm saying? To them, they were just really looking forward to it. So, I told her I want a full report. I want to know, because I do plan on going to Cabo. I mean, what did I say? Yeah, Cabo, right? Did I say Cabo?
Mm-hmm.
Cancun, I'm sorry. I do plan on going to Cancun. So, and very soon, I would like to go to Cancun before the end of the year. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. But, because I don't want
It
to
just
go.
shows you how much you cherish home.
Yeah, I could be home, But I do like to take trips, just small trips. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to Portland soon. Been talking about that as well for quite some time. But what about you guys,
That'd be
man?
good.
But if I go to Portland, literally for me it'll be over a weekend. I'll leave on a Friday, come back Sunday. Like, that'll be it for me, man. And I mean, I'll go like in the afternoon on a Friday and come back early on a Sunday. It ain't like it's gonna be, I don't.
36-hour Joe. That's what Joe.
Yeah, I like. 2 good evenings is good enough for me, man. I just don't want to tire of a place. I don't want to.
I need a good 4 days.
Do you, when you go on a trip, Earth, you need 4 days?
I'd need a good 4 days minimum just to kind of get acclimated to where I'm at.
Yeah.
So to hear of a person like myself that's like, oh yeah, I could go overnight and I'm back and I'm good. Like that's got to be nuts to you.
Yeah, you can do like quick little trips like we're doing to Denver, that type of thing are fine because I've been there, I've lived there, that type of thing. But if I'm going somewhere new, I want to spend a few days there. You know, like 3, 4, maybe 5
Right.
days,
Yeah.
and have some time to get there, get acclimated, do a couple all-day activities, or do some sightseeing around the area, and then
Not be rushed to get to every place,
Yeah.
quickly.
and then build in a day that's just kind of like downtime where you just do whatever the hell you want to do. Where there's no agenda, no schedule, and you can just hang out.
Like, say you heard about like a couple restaurants in the area that you want to try out from friends, or even breweries for that matter.
Yeah, because breweries take time, man. They take time.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want to shortchange a brewery you're at.
No.
Nope.
Well, you take for instance Denver, right? Like for instance Denver. This is my thinking. I go there, I'm in and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm in, I'm out, and it just keeps me wanting more. Like it keeps me, man. If I go to Denver again, this is what I'm gonna do. And you go there, and you do that. Like one thing, maybe I don't necessarily have a plan. I'm kind of that type of guy. I don't like, for instance, I don't necessarily know where I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go wherever the deal's at. And I'm going to go there for as short a time as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to tire of it. I want to get just enough to where I'm like, oh man, I want to go back there again. I didn't get enough time there. If I go there again, like you're still excited, like just as excited. Instead of spending literally 12 hours too long there, and you're like, man, if I never go there again, I'm completely good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a short visit to Atlanta. I'll go to Atlanta again. You know what I'm saying? I'm like excited to go back there again. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Denver. Like, Mark's like, hey, there's a thing going on. Yep, done, son. I'm buying tickets. Like, let's go. Like, it's automated. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't stay there too long for me in my mind mentally. Had I spent like, to me, this is my thinking, right? 4 or 5 days there, there's gonna be a couple of days in there where I'm just like, oh boy, this freaking sucks. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, no.
If I go anywhere new, I'm usually okay with it because it's something I've never seen before, and I'm accepting of whatever, Even if I'm a little bored, I can figure something out. Because I don't get to do stuff like that all the time, so I might not get to go back. So my one time might be the only time.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I can absorb everything I can.
Yeah. That's for sure. This is cool, man, because I did get in the input, you know what I'm saying, in different people's viewpoints. You know what I'm saying? It was interesting to hear her viewpoint on 9 days. I'm like, what in the F are you going to do 9 days? You know what I'm saying? I was like, that is insanity to me. To me, I'm hearing 9 days and I'm like, what are you going to, like, her husband's not going. I'll put it to you that way. Me and him kind of think alike, and he ain't going. It's her. He's like, I ain't going for 9 days. What are you, crazy? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I am not alone in my mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I love short trips. You guys know that's my thing on going overseas, because it's a long trip. So I'm like, okay, damn, got to make a long trip worth it. Well, I could go here for a couple days, and then go here for a couple days, and then go here. You know what I'm saying?
Going overseas would be rough because for me, 2 weeks could fly by, and I'd be like, what the hell just happened? That was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It seemed like I need more time.
I think some of it is just the fact that I've been basically a truck driver for, over 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And you get used to that in and out mentality, that in and out, you know what I'm saying? and you go to places a lot, like you're in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah.
I think the people that tend to agree with my sort of trip planning, if you will, are people that travel a lot. Like if you do travel a lot, then you have that you have that mentality. Like, yeah, I'm kind of because if I like a place, I'll go back there. But if I do, to me, the thinking is if I don't like a place, I want out, son. And if I've already planned to be there a week, I'm like, oh, this. Oh. But if I love it, then I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I can always come back, right? Maybe I don't, but I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Toronto again. I've been to Toronto, but I want to go to Toronto again. You know what I'm saying? I want to check it out. Say hi to the ladies. How you doing? Right? And check out Toronto again, man. I want to check out some Italian food up there, and just experience the culture, man. There's a lot of places that I've been, and I didn't really get to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't go to Montreal.
Montreal, no. What's up?
Be prepared. All signage is in French. You better know how to learn. You better know how to speak French, and you better know how to read it if you go to a restaurant.
There's one place that I've scratched off the list because I'm like, and in Minnesota. I'm joking, pal. There's definitely it is definitely I think when I go to Minnesota, one of these days I will. When I go to Minnesota, I think I do want to go like on the train. For some reason, going to Minnesota appeals to me. Flying somewhere and then taking that train ride.
Well, go to if you want to take a train ride and fly. You could fly to Shelby, Montana, and take about 19-20 hours to get here.
I'm going to talk to my brother here. Hang on. Back in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Or else you can go to Portland and probably take about a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, does that train ride take a week in Portland?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long train ride.
Oh.
Friend of mine came here a few years ago from a city up in Alberta that's about three hours north of Shelby, and he rode the train and said it took 19 hours to get to St. Paul.
Oh wow, I didn't. So it's a lot like a bus.
Yeah, but the difference is you're not strapped into your seat. You can get up and walk around the train.
Yeah.
But if you want to, you can go down to the bar car. You can go to the cafe car, whatever.
And now, Bum, I think we've talked about this, right? You're not a big air travel guy, or do you not mind air travel?
I just haven't had the opportunity to, the financial means or the opportunity based on my work schedule to air travel. However, oddly enough, the one time I did take air travel, guess where, Andrew? Montreal in 1978.
Did you know French at the time?
Tell us about that.
Yeah. And what's funny is when you were saying that about Montreal, I mean, I was 13 at the time, but I still remember, it was me and my dad went up there. I still remember my dad commenting to me, was like, look at all the dirty looks we're being given because we speak English. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was 40 years ago.
And they still have that same attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's funny you mentioned that because I do remember that. But no, I have no issue with air travel. It's just not something I have the opportunity to do.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Now with that in mind, keep this in mind. The Cajuns that are down in Louisiana, guess where they came from? Canada.
They came from Canada, yeah. Yeah. The French Canadians, yeah.
And now, Andrew, when you travel, do you prefer to travel by air, or is air just kind of super inconvenient for you?
It's really inconvenient for me because it's just trying to get out to Minneapolis International Airport. It's just a pain in the ass just to get there, even though it's a 20-minute drive. It's just a pain in the ass. I'd rather take the train. Literally, I go down one bridge and I'm at the Amtrak station.
Oh, so you're that close to the Amtrak station?
Yeah. Literally, Amtrak moved back into the original St. Paul Union Depot, which hosted better than 20 railroads for passenger service back in the golden days.
Okay. And Tom, how do you like to travel, man? What's your preferred method of travel?
Oh man, I'll travel. I mean, it doesn't really bother me anything. I like put me on a plane, put me on a train. I'll be happy as long as I get there, man.
Do you?
As long as it doesn't take 5 days to
I'll
get
fall
there.
asleep.
Do you prefer short trips, long trips?
I mean, I've been on trips I've traveled. I've been in car trips that were like 15, 16, 20 hours. I've taken planes that were like 8 hours. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't bother me for long trips or short trips.
But I mean, destination-wise, like once you get, like as far as just a couple days or a week.
Oh, how long do I like to stay somewhere?
Yeah.
But when I went to Denver, I stayed there for about 4.5 days, and it almost seemed like I wore my time out a little bit to me. At the third day, I kind of just wanted to just go home a little bit. I feel like I went there too early. You guys got
because you got there before us.
Yeah. Yeah, after the third day, once I felt going to sleep that third day, I was like, yeah, I just want to go home.
Yeah, I think I'm more a millennial that way, man. I would definitely, I am definitely on that. And I was that way when I was married too. We would take at the most 3-day trips. Like I just could not do it. I'm like, oh, and my trips when I was married, my trips had to be centered around sports. There had to be something going on for me to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were either going to a race or a ball game. There was something going to be going on in order to get me to go.
That was my Montreal trip in '78 for my birthday. My dad, for my birthday present, we flew up to Montreal to watch the Pirates play the Expos in Olympic Stadium.
Wow! So you actually seen a baseball game in Canada?
Oh, I saw, yeah, and the same year, yeah, '78. I also saw the Blue Jays in their second season play in the now demolished Exhibition Stadium.
Wow! So
Crazy.
From your recollection, right? And this is a little bit of ways ago. What were the differences in that time period? If from going to a game in Canada to going to a game in the United States, was it any different at all?
It's hard to say. And like I said, I was 13 at the time, so I remember lots of stuff, but I don't remember a lot of specifics. I think I was I don't know. I was just so entranced by the fact that I was seeing a different version of what I was used to, as far as being in a different park, stuff like that. I can't remember any specifics about the differences, specific differences. In Toronto, I got to experience the concept of bleachers for the first time. For a baseball game, because God knows they didn't have any of those in Three River Stadium. The park that this exhibition stadium that they played in Toronto was basically a CFL field. Did the Argonauts play there? The Toronto Argonauts? I think they did. And so it was basically a football. Well, Joe, it's the equivalent. It was the equivalent of when they used to play Dodgers games in LA Coliseum. You saw what that layout was like, how ridiculous it was.
Yeah.
trying to cram a baseball field into something designed for football.
That
It was-
used to be a thing, right? Football and baseball stadiums used to share.
Well, they did, but that was later on in the 60s when they made stadiums designed to accommodate both. Like with LA Coliseum, that was a football stadium that they were forced to adapt for, because when they built that, they had no idea Major League Baseball was going to be played there. So the left field foul line in the LA Coliseum was like 250 feet or something.
I never went to a baseball game. I always went to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah. Well, look, they opened what in 61, I think. Look, Google when you have a chance. Google an aerial view of LA Coliseum for Dodgers games, and when you see how they had to squeeze a Major League Baseball field into the LA Coliseum, it's ridiculous. Like I said, you could a little leaguer could hit a left field home run in LA Coliseum. I know there are definitely some overhead views, photos. And it was kind of that way in Toronto.
Interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah. Check this out. This is pretty interesting.
So that's specifically what I remember from Toronto. And Olympic Stadium in Montreal was designed for the Olympics, I think, with the there you go.
Yeah, that's a tight baseball field.
Look at that left field line. Look how short that left field home run is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's like 250 feet, maybe. If even that, it may even be smaller.
I'll say 200.
Wow. Yeah. Look at that, man. That is crazy. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, here's a bigger area.
Yeah.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, you could almost put another infield on the opposite corner, and you could play two games there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was Dodgers and the Red Sox for this game. Wow. And here's a diagram. Look at this. 251, 320, 420, what is that? 380 and 300. That's an even better one. Then you had 440 over that little other, I guess, second wall or whatever that is. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's just flat nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks for sharing that, man. I didn't even realize that was a thing.
See, that's the kind of goofy stuff I'm into.
That is cool. And it's probably cool to me because I know, I mean, I've seen LA Coliseum. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know LA Coliseum, then it's, probably not a big deal.
But that's what my memory of seeing the Blue Jays in '78. It wasn't as extreme as LA Coliseum, but I distinctly remember this is not a stadium built for baseball.
Wow, this is pretty cool, man. Baseball's it's got such history. I mean, baseball's pretty intriguing.
Oh yeah, it's why I love it. There's a lot of mythology involved, and probably a lot of stories that aren't true, but it's great history.
And one story that is true about baseball and beer is back in the day, certain sportscasters were sponsored by certain beer brands.
Oh yeah, sure.
Here in Minnesota, they were the same. And it's like, if another brand of beer bought them, it's like, well, okay, I'll jump ship.
Now here's the last of the bottle of this barrel aged pie hole, and all the sediment poured into and look at the different look of this beer now.
All the stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Hazy.
it is super hazy, completely changed the color of it. All the aromas that I was getting prior to this is now like my third kind of smaller glass like this, enhanced. You know what I'm saying? They all just bumped up a notch. Oh, it's been a very, very, very enjoyable beer the whole way through.
I think that would be a beer your mom would like.
No, probably not.
She's not a beer drinker.
Well, you really have to like that cherry. You have to like it. Like you have to appreciate it's a porter aged in a wine barrel. So you have to appreciate that first. You know what I'm saying? And then to have the cherries mixed in as well, you know, the cherry's going to get a little sour on you. They're a little tart. I'm saying sour, probably tart. They're a little tart. Plus, you get that wine in there, which is also going to be a little tart or sour-ish, depending on how you interpret that. I can see where a lot of people aren't going to be a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging the crap out of it, though. I can appreciate this beer, even though I might, if it were out there again, barrel aged, let's say they did it again next year, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'm probably good after this one bottle. But it is good. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely appreciate the style. I would hope personally that they would, if they did this again, then do it this way, but also experiment with a different barrel. You know what I'm saying? But I personally
need a bigger ABV on it.
Yeah, it does. It is 6%. It does need to be bigger, but it's definitely good. And all the flavors just got enhanced with all. I mean, God, look at that. I mean, it looks like Mississippi River water when you're getting
river's darker.
Yeah. I guess it is darker.
No,
You're right.
no,
yeah.
no, Joe, go to Google Maps, type up Prescott, Wisconsin, and you can tell where the St. Croix and the Mississippi River meet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I don't want to go that far. I was just making a comment, but I mean, but I mean, it's I dig the contrast in the difference in the first couple of glasses, how they were really filtered looking and really clear, and now it's just boom, tons of sediment. Everything kind of
to the good portion.
Yeah, everything kind of bumped up a little bit. So all the flavors you were already getting just got dialed up a little bit more, So it's kind of cool, man.
Mark, you missed Joe finishing the yum yums in his beer.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did you have some sediment?
Yeah, we're getting all the sediment out of this barrel aged pie hole porter.
Ooh, so you poured off a pie hole. You're getting some extra pie.
Yeah, getting some extra pie. Yeah. So, did anybody do any grilling for the 4th of July? We'll kind of end it there with any sort of
doing hamburgers
on
the grill.
Yep.
I just got home from work before the show came on.
And
too, basically.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you did work today, or? Oh no,
I had the day off.
Well, you worked today, Bob?
Yeah. Scheduled work day for me. So.
Oh, okay. So was that an overtime day, or?
As long as I don't call off sick tomorrow, double time and a half.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice little perk. Yeah, I kind of it's a paid day off for us, but they did have sign up sheet for overtime to work today. I scratched. I had signed up, and then I was like, the more I thought about it, I was like, I'd have to, I'd not be able to do something like this, and screw it, man. I just
You got to pay day
You
off.
got to worry about some of those accounts not being there, on time because there's people that aren't there.
yeah, it's like. Yeah, on my end, there's only going to be so many people that are driving, and I really don't want to work the dock. It's incredibly hot here, man, and to have to sit there and work the dock for 8 hours is just not tickling my fancy.
No,
like
it's not worth the extra half a day or extra day pay.
yeah, it just. Just like Bum, I mean, you're gonna get paid handsomely, but it's still like I got paid to do the show. I got paid sitting here talking to you guys. So what the, what's the, I mean,
That's a day of better health.
And I got to drink some good beer and have some great conversation with a bunch of friends. So, we're good. And Mark, I think you had said already that you had grilled.
Yes, we had grilled some burgers on the egg, delicious, and some hot dogs too. Burgers and hot dogs.
Ooh, hot dogs. So, any details on the burgers? Were they just pretty? Or were they frozen? They weren't frozen.
Well, the burgers were frozen, but I got them from Proud Cow. Have any of you guys looked at Proud Cow?
No.
It's a site where you can buy shares of beef from various ranches across the country, and it's pricey but not extravagant, and it's good quality beef. It's like grass-fed, organic grass-fed stuff. And so I've done a couple orders over the year, and it's good stuff.
I've never heard of this before. Okay, so you've got what is this? Hutter Farm.
Yeah, they offer they have different ranches, over depending just what's available. So I haven't seen Hutteran, but they do. One of the ones was a farm in Virginia that we got that they grass-fed, but they finished their beef on spent grains from breweries. So, like the feedlot section, before they took them to slaughter was spent malt. So,
oh wow,
I was like, I'm in for that. I'm going to buy beef that was finished on beer.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
Right. Oh, look, they sell jerky. Okay, so you had. Okay, so they're hamburger patties, 24 patties, $84.
Yeah. It's like buying good quality beef at like Whole Foods. I mean, to a certain extent.
Look at this, 85 Wagyu.
Yeah, and each ranch has a different mix of cuts, just depending what they're offering. But it's good stuff. So we'll get a pack of it and just spread it out over a couple months. Like tonight we did burgers. We've got some ribs that we'll do next week, maybe, type of thing. So it's kind of cool, but it's really good. It's really good beef. So it's not the stuff that you want to make just like tacos out of. You want to.
Well, I don't know, man. I love tacos, man.
Yeah, you could do it, but I mean, yeah,
the best taco you ever had.
Maybe not like hamburger helper. It's not hamburger helper beef. You want to do do stuff. But it's good stuff. But and each ranch, each one has a little different flavor.
Soup bones. Ooh,
because each of those cows were drinking a different beer.
Yeah.
Here's the liver. Oh, you can keep all the liver.
Yeah. They can get all the good stuff. Everything
this is interesting. I never heard of this before, man. This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what the cut Wagyu would be from.
It's Wagyu beef. It's a particular kind of beef. It's
Yeah.
That's it's well, here you go. Treat yourself to a taste of authentic Japanese Wagyu A5 Wagyu from Koshima or something. I don't know how to say that.
Kagoshima looks like.
Koshima, yeah.
Yeah.
It is supposed to be fantastic. I have to admit, I have not had Wagyu beef.
We haven't either. No,
I have not had any of this Argentinian beef that I keep hearing about as well, which is supposed to be fantastic. I actually secretly have been wanting to take a trip to Argentina. I have not mentioned it, but that is on my bucket list of trips. Like next year, it's going to have to be next year. I've got too much stuff going on. Stuff that popped up even just since the last share beer we did, and so that's kind of interrupting my trip flow right now. But yeah, now my trip to overseas is getting definitely.
Well, that way you'll get to experience the reverse flushing toilet effect.
There you go.
Yes, if I go down there. Oh, look at you! So you even have
they've added chickens. Yep.
Wow. Chicken sausage.
Yeah, I haven't done any chicken. All we've done is beef so far, and been really happy with it. It's good stuff.
This would be.
You know, it's like for us, if we want, we use this beef instead of going out to a restaurant and ordering beef. I mean, that's basically what this stuff is.
Oh, I know what I have to talk about. Okay, now that I'm seeing chicken. Okay, we talked about it here on the last share beer. I can give you a confirmation because I have had it. I've had dill pickle chicken from KFC.
Oh, okay. And the review is
here on the show. I literally bought a huge batch of. I went to my local KFC literally the next day on Sunday when I went to work, and told the kid, "Hey, yo, I went up there Rocky style. Yo, hey, yo, hey, yo." You know, because I knew it was a sauce. So I'm like, can I just order? Because they have these $10. Yeah, okay, here's the deal. I walk up there and I'm like, okay, looking for the banners and all the stuff on the windows and all that stuff, right? On the specific dill pickle chicken. Because I'm like, okay, so let me get the pickle chicken sandwich maybe. Let me just get a sandwich. It was like $5 something, almost $6 for a sandwich.
Ooh.
They've got these, like, I don't know what they are, like 9-piece buckets or something. No, 6-piece buckets or something like that. They got these smaller buckets of tenders, extra crispy tenders.
Small box or something, maybe.
Yeah, for like $9. I'm like, hello, can you put that sauce on this bucket if I order it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. How about we do that, son? You know what I'm saying? I mean, give me a break here. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I get one sandwich for almost? It was like $5.50 for the smallest little dill pickle chicken sandwich, and I could get a small bucket of chicken tenders, extra crispy. You know, and he just put the sauce on it because I'm like, it's just a sauce, right? And he goes, yeah, I'll do it for you, man. And I'm like, oh, come on, give me a break here. I can get the sauce on anything, right? He goes, yeah, pretty much. I'm like, well, what the F, man? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I ordered the bucket. I ordered 2 of them while I was at it. That way, in case some guys at work didn't want the pickled chicken, they could have regular chicken. So, took them down there. I swear to God, the guys that I could get to eat it, because some guys were just like, they heard pickled chicken, and they were like,
no,
F you in the butt. I ain't eating
that would have been me.
Like, F you in the butt. I don't care how much you tease me, because this is the way this works, right? Anything labeled pickle or chocolate or anything is going to have a bunch of inutations with it, right? So it was like, come on, baby, just put my pickle in your mouth, baby. Come on, you're going to like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, especially because they're tenders. So all they had to do is put it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, just put it in your mouth, baby. So in any case, though, the verdict was just like I was. It was actually really good. I'd order it again. To tell you the truth, it was. I thought the nice mix of dill and salty and crunchy, and I thought it was a decent mix. I wouldn't get all my chicken that way. You know what I'm saying? But as a side flavor,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this is. T900, what the bad bot says. I had pickled pig's feet today for lunch. Okay, well, yeah, it's not pickled chicken though.
Maybe that's Bobo in disguise.
That might be. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for posting pickled pig's feet. But this is pickled. It's not actually pickled. It's dill pickle flavored KFC chicken. So you can go to your KFC, and it's a sauce really. And I would even suppose if you just wanted to dip your chicken in it, they would give you a cup. I would think, because
So it's not the chicken itself; it's just the sauce for the chicken.
Sauce. It's
okay.
So and the KFC that I went to is literally blocks away from my job. So I picked up the chicken, and by the time I got to work, and it's literally just a couple blocks away from work, it was already like so you couldn't even really tell the difference between the non-pickled chicken and the regular crispy chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could hardly tell the difference. There was a slight difference, but dip that chicken, Rajay says. But it was actually a good flavor. It was, what I ended up doing was, because I was starving. Trust me, it was. So every other piece of tender I had a pickled chicken piece. So it was actually quite good. A nice little flavor. It made me, and now that I'm thinking about it, it made me want to go to Sonic and try the dill pickle slushy. Has anybody tried the dill pickle slushy yet from Sonic? So,
Joe,
Yes,
if
I have.
you like the pickle juice, Joe, you'll like the pickle slushy.
You've had it?
Soda. No, the one that I sent you. If you like, I'm sure if you like the pickle juice soda, you'll like. I'm sure you would like the slushy.
The pickle juice soda, I have to. It was weird because it literally. Of course, you guys saw the soda. It looked like pickle juice. It tastes like pickle juice, sweetened and carbonated. I don't know how else to describe it, but it was good. I would buy it if I saw it and it landed in front of my eyeballs. I would buy some. It was actually decent. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy it, but if I happened to be at the store and I saw some again, I'd be like, you know what, I want to buy that. It was kind of, would I buy more than a 6-pack? More than likely not. But I mean, it was good. You know what I'm saying? It's disturbing to me that it was good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you don't picture yourself drinking pickle juice, right? And it tasted like pickle juice, sweetened and carbonated. I don't know how else to describe it. It was crazy, but it was decent. It was decent, Oh, so we have Bad Bot in there. I have enjoyed your videos and just caught you live chat just now, sir. Okay, cool. Says I always put hot sauce on my fried chicken. You could put hot sauce. Next time you go to KFC, just get maybe tell them to put some of that. Maybe just order a side of that sauce, or I would kind of recommend that. Like if you're going to order a small bucket of chicken, maybe just tell them, hey, can you just put me some sauce in a little thing like that? And I just dip the goddamn sauce. You know what I'm saying? I would try it like that maybe, because all it is a sauce. if the KFC you go to is insistent that they can't then play the game and be like, okay, how about you give me 2 pieces of the bucket of chicken that you do whatever you need to do in the sauce? You know what I'm saying? Like, just play the game with them. But the particular kid that and he even fried the chicken fresh for me and everything. So that was kind of cool. So chicken was hot and it was fresh. Um, as fresh as KFC can get. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Freshly thawed. I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm saying.
Freshly thawed.
It was freshly thawed. You know what I'm saying? So I saw him dip it in the fryer, which is about what you want. It's about all you can expect at a KFC. So I have sampled it, and it was good. I'm alive. I'm here. Oh, So, and in theme with the dill pickle, I got the green shirt, baby. Right? Boy, this green shirt's working today. This is working. I've had
Works every time.
Works every time.
Works every time. So, thank you guys. I appreciate it, man. We had Rod J in here now.
Yep.
Oyster beer. Oh, he's having oyster beer.
Oyster.
Yeah, probably the oyster stout. There's a few of them floating around out there.
Okay.
You wore a pearl necklace.
Sounds like a ZZ Top song.
Yeah, is he just like sporting the pearl necklace? Is that what it is, or what's going on there, Rod? He's got a story to tell there.
That's kind of sad. I see pearl necklace and I immediately think of ZZ Top. So.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, thank you guys. Hey, man, we learned something new. So you got Crowd Cow. If anybody wants a new online source for...
Hey, if you want to save $25 in your first Crowd Cow order, let me know and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, there you go. Boom. And he's right, too, because I keep clicking the arrows, and you get different ranches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They offer different ones. Just depends what's going on.
That's interesting.
Yeah. You want to order, let me know. You can save 25 and I'll get 25. So
yeah, there you go. Boom.
Good stuff.
Boom.
Glorious group share. I mean, it's just interesting.
Share a cow. Share a beer to share a cow.
12-pack. Yeah, very, very interesting. Ooh, they got tongue in this ranch offering tongue.
Tongue? Yep.
And I love that they're showing the tongue with cilantro on tacos because that's how I've ate tongue every time has been in tacos, man. Fantastic.
Lingua tacos? Is that what they call it?
Yeah. And I've had pork blood tacos and beef blood tacos. Every part of the pork or the cow that you can have. I've pretty much had. For those that don't know, I'm multicultural. So between the Mexican heritage and the Italian heritage, I've had all parts of these. The Italian heritage loves the bones. The Italian heritage loves the marrow. So does the Mexican heritage as well. So, the bones are a big thing on both sides of that culture right there. Boom, boom. So either place you go, you're gonna get that in my family. So that's the way that works. So I've had marrow and all those sorts of things, which is insanely tasty, right? You have to admit that if you've never had properly prepared bones, then you can give it a shot. It's funny too because there are your fine dining places where you'll pay $2.5 million to sit down and eat a, 5-course meal or whatever it is, and they'll serve you bone marrow, and you have to slurp the bone marrow out the bone, and they charge you, $500 million for the privilege, and then give you a shot through the bone afterwards. That's kind of seems to be a big thing. Which I haven't done. I kind of envy that part because I have never thought to have a shot through the bone after I eat the bone marrow, which would be kind of cool.
Flip the shot right through the bone. Yeah.
It would be kind of cool.
Joe wants to slip the bone. That's all he wants to do.
Yeah, it just
Oh,
I
Mark,
want,
you got him.
yeah, I want a big bone. Don't give me no little bone. Give me a big old bone. I'm gonna suck on that bad boy.
Joe picked it up and ran with it.
Bones coming for you.
In any case, guys, thank you, man, for tuning in to a special edition of the 4th of July Share Beer. Thank you to the bone marrow hamburgers are excellent. I have not had that. I'm wondering what.
It's like 2 a.m. Go to sleep.
Oh, is he overseas?
No, Craig just checked in again.
Oh, he did. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, basically all I got to say, Craig, is we won. That's all I got to say.
This is the day we celebrate a victory again. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we celebrate a victory.
We
Yes.
sent England back to where they came from.
Yes, you go back. You go home. You go home. Yes. And you spend your pounds or whatever it is you do over there. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be over there soon enough. Right? Are you kidding me? Because you have the best fish and chips on the planet. Like, I have to experience that. Come on. I'm like super jealous because fish and chips is something that I love. Because I love beer. I love going to bars. And that's like what you do. Right? So, yeah. Hopefully, sooner or later, I will get to experience true British fish and chips. Oh, trust me, I am looking forward to that. That is something I am looking forward to. When I go there, I want to have true, just like fried chicken. I went to Atlanta a few weeks ago and had fried chicken in Atlanta. I had fried chicken. It's Korean fried chicken, but I had fried chicken in Atlanta.
Sounds like the thing to do.
And it was in Atlanta. I didn't talk about what kind of.
It was KFC.
It actually was KFC. It was true KFC. This is the authentic KFC because it was Korean fried chicken. Wrap your head around that. Boom.
So it was Korean fried chicken. Are you 100% sure it was actually chicken?
No.
Or
that
Korean.
we are not sure about. And we made sure to leave Crusher at home. Crusher is present.
It wasn't one of the cats. We know that.
Crusher and AJ have been present on the show, live on video, so it wasn't them.
Yeah.
We got that part covered. All I know is they presented it as KFC. And fried chicken. And it was delicious, and I ate it. And I was in Rome. I asked no questions. That was it. Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to. Right? That's the name of the game. Anyway, we'll see you guys, man. Peace out.
All right, see you guys Saturday.
Saturday.
Have a banging fourth.
Yeah. All right.
Later.